out all the time. Right, so I've also put another telltale on the back here, and this is your reaching telltale. So when you're going downwind, you want obviously all the sail to be working fully, and that means that the airflow should be coming off of the back of the boat completely cleanly, and you can use this most effectively because you see right now it's doing its job absolutely perfectly. It's running down both sides and it's cool. So that's just very, very simple stuff. The use of the telltales. I've also put on some additional telltales on the front, and I use thinner cassette tape than the fat stuff, and I put it on with a bit of duct tape so that it doesn't move around and slip down to there and get caught there. When you're sailing upwind, obviously you can use the telltales to see if there's a wind shift. I use the telltales on the sails more. The most important thing for these, as far as I'm concerned, is that when you're sailing downwind on a broad reach, you should be always looking for the 90-degree apparent wind angle. Okay. Now, I made a big mistake racing in the championships in Holland last year, where there were really big waves, and these just got soaking wet. They got stuck. So, if you're racing a big event, it's well worth having one of those flags here that aren't as sensitive, but at least if they work, you can tell what's going on. So, the first thing is the rudders have to work. Basically, I'm not going to show this. If we lift up the hulls on wheels and we drop the rudders down into their position, and we take a measuring line from here to here, and then from here to here, it should have a toe in of about a quarter of an inch. It's that little, but you should just do that, okay? And usually, when we're sailing downwind or perhaps even upwind in serious regattas, we'll sail with one rudder up, the windward rudder up. So the next things are, what adjustments have you really got? You've got what I consider the most important one of all, which is the jib hallin tension, which controls everything, okay? The most important thing it controls, as well as the flexibility of the rig, the sloppiness of the rig, is actually the angle of the mast, right? Because if I drop this back now, you'll see that we're going to get more mast rake, yeah? And if I pull it forward, we're going to lose the mast rake. So, essentially what you're trying to look for is whatever the rig tension, whatever the tension you want to put on the rig, when you put on the main sheet, you want to be able to block it going upwind. The only circumstance when that's not quite true is when it's unbelievably light, and then you might want to leave it a little bit loose. So normally we're sailing upwind in conditions like this. We would probably want to put our main traveller here, and we're going to crank this on. This looks like to me there's no. Did everybody notice that you can't hear the ratchet there? You know that on this block there is a ratchet. So this isn't to work. Oh, that's on now. Okay. So we want to block it out, right? So yeah, it looks like the wind has come round this side. So why don't we come over this side of the boat and we'll have a look at it. So this rig tension here, pretty sloppy. If I was sailing with somebody light like Hazel and it was blowing a force 5 plus, I'd be considering using that sloppier rig. That's pretty sloppy, okay? If I'm going out with Dave, who's a little bit heavier, and it's force 5 to 6, I will tighten it up, and I'll probably be wanting to be sailing with Dave maybe a bit more. You always want to have slightly more tension than you need in case the wind dies off, because you can always let it off easily if it's quite difficult to put it on. In the mornings, you'd want to have it a little bit tighter than that, but not too tight, otherwise the mast doesn't rotate and messes up the flow. So this, if you want to feel this now, that's a pretty good balance. So now, having decided that that's where we want our rig tension, this is how we want to know, can we get it block to block? And the answer is just about, which is just about right. And if we look at the downhaul on now, how's that beginning to look? Okay, I think that's probably about right for a bit of wind. If you go and have a look at the back of the sail now, what you want to make sure is that there's nothing hooking over to windward. about parallel to the mast, if you can see how it is set now. It may be hooking a little bit, but the wind will of course blow that out, and so it won't hook. But if you have it any tighter than that, if I was going to sail, I would put a lot more batten tension in that.
Even for this morning?
I would, purely because the chances of the wind coming up
Right, yeah.
and then you will absolutely lose out. If you knew it was going to stay dead light all day, then you might want to keep it a little flatter, but
Okay.
I'd never take that risk because you can't change the batten tension when you're on the water. So I would always just do it a little bit stronger. So there we are. Now, the way you can change, if you're racing a Hobie 16 in a Worlds, you won't be using these carabiners. You know, we only use them because we're clicking them on and off the sails and we want to make sure they're safe. So we'd actually be losing. We'd go straight with a small shackle onto there. We'd have a small shackle on there. I'd put a small shackle on the very, very top of the mainsail that's more than normal, that gives you a chance to get the sail a bit higher than normal, which means that we can get even more mast rake. And the more mast rake we can get, the higher upwind we can sail, although it does get a bit tricky to do it.